Well, welcome and thank you to all of you for attending Secure Chain Con 2024, or if you're watching this afterwards, I appreciate your time. I'm going to talk today about the HERO project, which is a project that we are working on at the CD Foundation that I hope you'll find is very interesting. At least I find it interesting. So I think the question we all have to ask ourselves, those of us who have been in change management, configuration management, lifecycle management, DevOps, CI/CD, whatever you want to call it, is are our DevOps pipelines still working? And are they working to prevent supply chain attacks? I think the most common answer to that question is simply no. Things like SBOM, DAS and STAS kind of testing, repo security scans. There are many new tools in the security area that need to be added to the DevOps pipeline to evolve it from a DevOps to a DevSecOps pipeline. DevSecOps has been talked about for quite some time, but there are challenges for making a DevOps pipeline a DevSecOps pipeline. And most of that has to do with the workflow files themselves. We have millions, literally, and I'm not exaggerating, millions of CI/CD pipeline files that would have to be touched in order to achieve preventing supply chain attacks through the DevOps pipeline. So you may wonder, is the problem really that compelling? I say yes. 64% of enterprises reported some kind of impact from a software supply chain attack in 2022. Could be Log4j for that matter. JFrog claims that it takes 227 days to containment. I use that number often because it shocks me every time I say it. And 60% of organizations claim that they need to generate SBOMs, but maybe haven't gotten there quite yet. So I'm Tracy Reagan. I've been in this business for quite some time. In fact, my career has been specialized in lifecycle management and application lifecycle builds, deployments, all the DevOps stuff. And over the last several years, I've really gotten focused around security because it's become so important. I'm the co-founder of Deploy Hub and a company called OpenMake Software. I have served on the governing boards of the OpenSSF, the CDF, and the Eclipse Foundation. I am the community builder for our Ortleius open source project, and I'm also on the Continuous Delivery Foundation's Technology Oversight Committee. So the question we should be asking ourselves, and the question that we have at Ortleius been asking ourselves, is how do we add these new tools to hundreds of workflows and stop the evil villains? That is what the HERO project is all about. It is time to call in the first responders to solve this problem. The HERO project is a CD Foundation effort to enhance the CI/CD workflow process with security tooling in a non-invasive way, meaning without having to touch the workflow files. If we think about the projects within the CD Foundation, we have all of the main CI/CD tools like Tekton and Jenkins and Spinnaker and Screwdriver and Shipwright. We have CD events that the core team of the CD events working group or project have been really working on defining standards on what data is passed from one step in the pipeline to the next. We have Ortleius, that's an evidence store. We have all the pieces to put together what we need to easily make our DevOps pipelines DevSecOps pipelines. The HERO projects will focus on taking existing pipelines and using CD events as the primary message queue, where we have the ability to publish events, manage the message queue, and then broadcast events. Ortleius can be used as a central evidence store to store all of the detailed information that we need to begin associating vulnerabilities to deployments and standardizing security workflows. If you've not learned about CD events in the past, please take a look at CD events. CD events is a common specification for continuous delivery events, enabling interoperability in the complete system, a software production ecosystem. We have been talking about interoperability for so long. CD events has the potential to solve it. It frees the pipeline from plugins, opening up pathways to add the security tooling into the DevOps pipeline, like we have all been talking about. no plugins, just be able to work, add tools as you need to, take them away as you need to, switch them as you need to. So Ortelius is the group who put together this Secure Chain Con, and I want to thank them. They've done a great job. It's an evidence store that collects DevSecOps intelligence to create a dashboard to unify both DevOps and security details, so both teams have what they need in a single place. It triggers tools and gathers the data of tools like SBOMs, real-time vulnerability reports, OpenSSF scorecard, GitHub repo data, SonarQube, Veracode, deployment metadata across endpoints. If you're using something like Helm or Spinnaker, we can integrate with that, and open source inventory across endpoints. So basically what Ortelius is doing is taking fragmented DevSecOps data and pulls it into the deployment data to start mapping application dependencies and the SBOMs that go with them based on versions. So if we achieve this is going to be a heroic good start, because every pipeline would have security tooling, including SBOM generation, the OpenSSF scorecard compliance, vulnerability reporting, and potential SASA level compliance. And every pipeline would be continuously monitored for vulnerabilities, instead of just having a build, checking vulnerabilities at the build and leaving them at the door. This would provide you a consistent view of the vulnerabilities coming through the pipeline. Ortelius does have compliance posture management reports. So it shows you everything that you need to know about a particular application. This is the compliance for Ortelius itself, based on the components that it's consuming, which is an important part of the message. And it consolidates SBOMs and it shares SBOMs. So if you're generating SBOMs in a microservice environment, for example, every single container has its own SBOM, but a collection of those may make up an application in a decoupled architecture. So Ortelius is gathering that information, reporting on the SBOMs, pulling it into a logical application, and then providing you real-time vulnerability reports for that. It also shows where the vulnerability is running. So because we're looking at pulling data from the deployment step as well as from the security scans, we can, Ortelius has the ability to say, here's where Log4j is running. Answers that question, not only what component it's in, but what applications are consuming it and what environments it's running in. So are you ready to be a hero? We hope so. We do need corporate adopters who are ready to take on this and to take action to help solve the security problem. The end users are critical because they're the ones who can tell us the most about their pain points. And thank you all for attending Secure Chain Con 2024, and thank you to the Ortelius community for working so hard to pull this micro conference together. You can find me on LinkedIn at Tracy-Reagan-OMS if you want to chat. Message me and I will respond to you with a calendar LinkedIn. And you can also join the Ortelius Discord channel. We'd love to have you. Thank you, and everybody have a great 6 months, and we'll see you all at the Ortelius holiday party in December.